Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Falcons coming in at 13-1, going up against the Broncos, who come in at 3-11.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Second down following the run. Freeman again. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On first down, Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Second down following the incompletion. To throw again, Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Fighting his way through contact. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. He's at the 30, 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Coleman now. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now Ryan on second down. He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Third and long. It's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now Marshall stiff-armed him. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
On third down, Cousins. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. First down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun, Ryan. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Here's Ryan to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there. Really
good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot, because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
This is fielded inside the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Coleman. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 13-yard line.
And that's how you want to start a sequence defensively. That's what we used to call, partner, hello, glad to meet you. Tagged him for a loss.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Ryan. Finding Gabriel, complete. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
This is Coleman, and an alley to run. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
To throw is Ryan. Kidder here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. On 2nd down, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And here's Marshall. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's third down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Third and long for Cousins. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. 1 minute 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Keith Marshall hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And here now come the Falcons. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Oh, shifty. Whoa. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 49 yards. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The second quarter score from KC. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. This is taken at the 3. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Play action now. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
A second down throw for Cousins. Man open left side. It's Williams. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Cousins again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll power his way up near the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This is Marshall. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard near the 34-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fielded at the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Ryan finding Gabriel for the Falcon first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Throwing again, Ryan. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways, right around the 26.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. Second down now after the pass completion. To throw again is Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Todd Davis. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Second down following the run. They'll run with Marshall. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The Broncos on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he works free. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 34 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And now here's a carry heading left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Second down, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's to the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal to go. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Still down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. Now Ryan. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
7 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On third down, Cousins. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Cousins now on 2nd down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken around the 12. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Coleman, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now they try the right side here. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. It's Coleman here, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Here's Hopkins. Falcons now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they'll run it on the toss. Powering forward. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Now that's a decent amount of aggressiveness right there. Inside their own 10-yard line, they still run the toss, even though they know that that can be a little bit of a dangerous play, and it pays off pretty well with a nice run.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.